takeaways, the big trends. And Paul, I would love to start with you because you were literally tracking every single ballot that was coming in early here in California. So as you watch this process unfold, what are your overall impressions?
Well, I think my biggest impression is that we're saying goodnight, but really this is just about begun because we're going to have weeks of counting ballots. So we could just set up cots here and be here for the next 3 weeks.
Them ideas.
Send something to your loved ones. Bring us food, please.
No real surprises for you, though? I mean, what, overall?
You know, so if you were to ask me 3 months ago, I think some of these things would have been surprises. How many of these congressional campaigns are on a razor's edge? We could see Democrats picking up 4 or 5 congressional seats here in California. And while a lot of people back east had been talking about this for a while, it's not something that I think a lot of California politicos really had fully digested. And so that is something that would have been surprising a few months ago. But as it got closer and closer to the election, as we saw the fundraising figures and the late polling, it started to seem like that was going to be almost inevitable. And then in the statewide contests, I mean, a lot of the statewide contests weren't necessarily as competitive as they might have been in past years.
All right. Well, Kevin, I mean, we were already a blue state before all this. Now, we went to the deep end of blue here.
Yes,
Navy blue.
Yes,
Navy blue.
Yes, we have. And Gavin Newsom gets the job that he's been wanting for a long time. He ran for governor back in 2010 briefly and then dropped out of the race and became lieutenant governor and now becomes the 39th governor at a time of extreme economic prosperity, low unemployment rate, strong economy. Unlike recent governors, he does not inherit a budget deficit that he'll have to wrestle with. In fact, he's going to be taking office with a $2 billion surplus and a $14 billion rainy day fund left to him by Governor Brown. So that's Governor Brown's exit package, I guess, his exit gift to Gavin Newsom.
And legacy to the state, really.
Absolutely.
Lise, what did you see on social media tonight? What was the general feeling?
That you can talk about.
Yeah, that you can see on television.
You know what's interesting is how much all the candidates talk and they tweet, and then it comes up to the election day, and then they just go radio silent.
Radio silent.
You're like, where are they still alive?
Well, almost all of them do.
Yeah, almost all of them.
All right.
And of course, Kelly.
You know, just looking down the list of propositions, I think a lot of people cared a lot about affordable housing, yet we still saw a big one get defeated tonight. So, you know, I do wonder, especially with the gas tax thing, you know, you hear, especially on social media on both sides, was this confusing enough? Did people really vote for that? Well, you know, it's not going to get, it voted no on that. So you kind of wonder where some of those laid, but a lot of these were expected, and I think we do want to take care of our veterans and work for some solutions for homeless. As we know, that's a huge issue, so the propositions kind of lay those out, and a lot of those is what we expected.
Well, and going back to Prop 6 real quick, just talking about that, we were talking about that the other day, how it got onto the ballot, but then the support kind of waned a little bit for how to help push it forward. There was a lot more support for the no on 6.
Money to put it on the ballot, but once it was on, not a lot of
Republicans. The money dried up.
The money just dried up, and then you had the unions and the business community teaming up to defeat it, and it seems like that worked well.
And I've had more than one person tell me that they thought it was written rather confusingly.
Me too.
You know?
Well, it was one of those yes means no measures in a way.
The other thing too, though, you talked about it, Kelly, the enthusiasm as people were looking at some of these props. There was enthusiasm overall. The length of time people waited in lines, the polling places that literally ran out of ballots because so many people showed up, not only here in California, but across the nation. And Paul, what does that say to you?
Well, it's interesting. You know, we've been looking at the data, and there has been some enthusiasm, like you said, with these in Sacramento, these vote centers, and huge numbers. The Secretary of State's office, I was talking with them earlier, and they had huge numbers of people using this same-day voter registration. I think that's a great sign for the future. But then also, when we actually step back and look at these results, I think we're going to end up seeing, in a sense, two Californias. There's those California voters who were the 15% of them who lived in those competitive congressional districts in the 4th or the 10th or down in Orange County. And then there's going to be a lot of voters in the rest of the state that were confused by a dialysis ballot measure or, you know, weren't really too excited about the governor's race. And so what we're going to look at in the coming months as we get turnout data, real turnout data, is how much the overall turnout was and how much the spike was really in those competitive areas.
Kevin, where's the Republican Party in our state?
It's in very poor condition. I mean, we already have seen registration drop down 20 points below Democrats, certainly even below those of independent registration. We have not had a Republican win statewide office since 2006. So the Republican Party remains in serious trouble in this state.
And Lisa, were you seeing that reflected in just comments from people? I know that there are a lot of Republicans out there who feel tremendously frustrated.
There are a lot, and you did see it. You saw it on both sides, I would say, but also you did mention the excitement. I can't remember the last time you saw so many people post the picture of the I voted sticker. I mean, that's what was really trending on social media. Everyone was so proud that they got to the polls, that they voted, no matter when they did it.
So it sounds like democracy won tonight.
Yeah. Well, and this kind of enthusiasm isn't something you traditionally see in a midterm, so that's definitely new for us.
It's great to see it actually play out in your own backyard. That does it for our special live coverage of the California midterm election, everybody.
We are still tabulating the numbers. We'll have more reaction to election results starting at 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. Thank you so much for joining us.